So understand that this journey, being a autism parent, parent of a child with intellectual disability, that actually, deals with aggression, and it's gotten much better over the years, but it's still there. It's not something we can say is gone. It is still present. It is still a part of who she is, which was why some of the programs told us no, because they realized she had a moment. And let me just say, 95, probably really 98% of the time, she is perfect. She wants to please adults. She wants to be the reader. She wants to be in charge. But when you have that moment when that anxiety peaks, it presents itself sometime as aggression. So, it's one of those things. We know about her well enough to know that right now what we're seeing, that level of anxiety when we talk about this day program, that it could lead to that. So we've been kind of hesitant. And, that's just being honest. So it's real easy for people to just assume, hey, everything is going to go great. And we always have a positive mindset. Please understand. Hey, Pearson, we always have a positive outlook, of things going great. But just right now, we just kind of both are like, are we ready to go into a situation knowing her anxiety is so high and have our phones glued to us again? So we'll see what happens. We'll take baby steps. But that's kind of where things are right now. But that leads me to the whole thing of, just really being understanding and being patient when it comes to, when I say patient, because that patience I ask for with people, I know definitely dealing with Kendall, is that she's a very sweet girl. Very, very sweet. But when you read about sometimes reports that are written about your child, they do not put them in the best light. They point out all of the things that probably would make someone wonder, who is this child? And so because we've dealt with aggression with her for years, and, where in some instances she actually was in a behavior unit in school because of the aggression, the paperwork on her never looks the best. So having said that, one of the things that, we started doing when she was much younger, and I say much younger, I mean elementary school, is we would put together what we called our Getting to Know Kendall booklet or folder. And we would spell out who Kendall is. That she is part of a family. She has a brother. That we go to the beach every year. We include pictures of her. We let them know things that work as treats for her, what does not work, what to avoid, how she may respond in situations. We give them all this information so that they are able to learn more about Kendall than documents that have probably been passed on. And we've done the same thing here as we are, going to baby step our way to the day program. She may be 22, but we still have put together. I emailed them a hard copy of that Getting to Know Kendall. I guess you could call it a booklet because it's about 6-7 pages. And I've made hard copies as well that I'll give out. So understand, sometimes it's something else here pointing out that when we want people to know more about our child, if they've kind of had some challenges, encourage your family members to, put together a getting to know that individual. It could be a brochure, it could be a one-pager, but it lets them know who that child is beyond whatever documentation that's moved on from teacher to teacher, because that documentation may not put the best, create the best image for your child. So take a moment, type out that information, and it's really going to just be very beneficial for them to know a lot more about who they are. Because when we met with the case manager and I gave her a copy of it, we met Wednesday, actually the day before Thanksgiving, and I gave her a copy as we were talking about our, some different options, some different things to possibly add with the day program for Kendall. And she was so excited to see that folder that we, had created about Kendall and this getting to know. And she was like, do I get to keep this? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is your copy, because we want everyone that interacts with her to know who she is beyond whatever report may have been passed on about her through the system, because aggression is a part of who she is, and sometimes that can be a bigger spotlight in her paperwork than it really is as it relates to who Kendall is as an individual. So take that time. I know right now we're kind of late in the school year, and it may be a moment you need to kind of reset. I always say sometimes you understand a person better when you know their story, you know a little bit more about them, and it helps you to best support them. So keep in mind what's in the reports about your kids, an IEP, psychological. It's not going to give a picture of who that individual truly is. So if you want them to know who that individual truly is, you may want to put those things together. Write those things out. Let them know. I let them know we go to the movies. I let them know different snacks that she, enjoys. I let people know as well that Kendall is a reader. And thank you to Miss Brewer. That was her teacher in elementary school, one of her teachers. And she taught her, to read. And if you leave an open phone, Kendall will read your text messages. And that's something we let people know. Simply because I don't want them to be caught off guard, because she's going to read it out loud. She's not going to read it and say it. She's going to read it out loud. So those are things we make sure we let people know. We let them know if you're using a code or something, shield it from her, because she's watching and she's going to take that code down. So all of those things are just useful information as they kind of get to know Kendall, and makes them see her in the light of that. Guess what? Beyond the autism, she still is an individual. She's an individual with this funny personality, who is a girly girl. And that's something we point out to people as well. She's going to have on a watch every day. She's going to have on earrings every day, and she's going to have on a necklace. Those are a given. Those are the things that you're going to see when you see her. But all of those things we include in that getting to know packet. And so we've still done the same thing with the day program. Even though we've yet to make it into the building, we've given them that information so that they can be better prepared for her when we, cross that threshold and make it into the building, because it's going to happen. It's just going to be baby steps, but baby steps are okay. Progress is progress, regardless of how slow it is. It's progress for us.